Welcome to In Service of Seniors. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to learn the ins and outs of volunteering with us. With your help, we're able to fulfill our mission to maximize Pittsburgh area seniors' independence through volunteer-based practical supports. What do we mean by that? Well, to state it more plainly, we want to support Pittsburgh seniors living in their homes as long as possible in the most healthy way possible. We do that with the help of people like you. Our volunteers come from all walks of life, including students, full or part-time workers, retirees, and stay-at-home parents. We help volunteers like you connect with and provide assistance to older adults in your community. Depending on your interests and abilities, you may provide rides to medical appointments or to the grocery store, helping seniors access food and health care when they're unable to drive. Pick up a food pantry order for someone who isn't able to get out of their home. Provide a friendly visit to someone who is feeling lonely. You'll increase your connection to your own community, and you'll also become a part of a group of hundreds of In Service of Seniors volunteers in Allegheny County. In Service of Seniors is also part of a United Way initiative called Open Your Heart to a Senior, which promotes programs like ours that get volunteers involved to help older adults. The topics we'll go over at this volunteer orientation are covered in greater detail in the volunteer handbook, so please feel free to follow along. Today, we'll give an introduction to the following: the In Service of Seniors program, general volunteer policies and guidelines, volunteers' rights and responsibilities, general limits of volunteer responsibilities, confidentiality, setting boundaries, common health issues among seniors, what to do in an emergency, and senior abuse. So let's get started. There are well over 200,000 people living in Allegheny County who are over the age of 60. Many are doing just fine. However, many also need help with simple tasks to help them continue living independently at home. That's where In Service of Seniors comes in. The program uses a grassroots model to match volunteers with seniors in their neighborhood who need a little practical assistance. In Service of Seniors Pittsburgh and In Service of Seniors North are sister programs that serve seniors 60 plus throughout Allegheny County. In Service of Seniors Pittsburgh is housed at Family Services of Western Pennsylvania and covers the city of Pittsburgh as well as the east, west, and southern suburbs of Allegheny County. In Service of Seniors North is housed at North Hills Community Outreach and assists seniors living in the northern suburbs of Allegheny County. These programs work in tandem to meet the needs of seniors in Allegheny County who need a little extra help. While the programs are separated by geographic area, they work together, and our volunteers are free to help seniors in any area of Allegheny County, regardless of location or agency affiliation. As you can see from this slide, there are many ways to help a senior in our program. Currently, we're most in need of volunteer drivers. Our seniors often need rides during the daytime to places like a doctor's appointment and the pharmacy, but there are driving opportunities throughout the day and on weekends. In terms of popularity, requests for grocery shopping are number one. A volunteer can provide this service by either taking a senior grocery shopping or simply going to the store and delivering those groceries for the senior. Either way, seniors are able to access fresh, healthy food more often. We provide a worksheet for volunteers to assist in tracking receipts and money. Another valuable way to be involved with a senior is friendly visits. Friendly visits usually occur once a week between a senior and a volunteer. This activity typically lasts between an hour and a half and helps to provide companionship and reduce loneliness and isolation. We also need volunteers to assist with correspondence, which involves helping a senior sort and read their mail. This is a valuable volunteer service because seniors might have issues with low vision, which makes reading mail a challenge, and sometimes Seniors are so bombarded with junk mail that they can benefit from a volunteer's assistance to help navigate which mail requires attention. As they age, seniors might find doing yard work to be more of a challenge, including lawn maintenance, weeding, and leaf raking. As a result, there are requests for volunteer yard work assistance from time to time, particularly in the spring and fall. For those of you who enjoy clerical work, there are plenty of opportunities for you to assist in our office. We always need help with data entry and sending correspondence. Lastly, we offer a program called Safety for Seniors. Through this program, volunteers in groups of 2 or 3 go into the homes of seniors and identify potential safety hazards and install fire detectors. This volunteer activity requires an additional training, so please contact your volunteer coordinator if you're interested in more information about this program. In Service of Seniors is available to any older adult over the age of 60 in Allegheny County, regardless of income. However, many of the seniors who utilize our services do have limited resources and support and would not otherwise have access to the services we provide. Last year, we were able to help 2,600 seniors. With your help, that number will be even bigger this year. One of the biggest areas of need for seniors in Allegheny County is transportation assistance. With the help of volunteers, more than 4,500 one-on-one rides and 5,700 shuttle rides were provided to seniors in the past year. As a result, 93% of our seniors report feeling less stressed, and 88% were able to increase or maintain their ability to keep appointments. In addition, we were able to professionally install 155 bathroom grab bars and indoor handrails through our Safety for Seniors program, which helps to reduce fall risks for our seniors. In total, volunteers were able to offer an amazing 20,000 hours of their time to better the lives of their elderly neighbors. When we conduct our biannual survey, seniors are quick to mention all the wonderful benefits that our volunteers have provided. Please take a moment to check out some of these direct quotes from our seniors in regards to our program. As a volunteer, know that you will soon be having a profound impact on the lives of the seniors you help. We'll now discuss some basic information about volunteering. Please know that there's more detailed information about these topics beginning on page 6 of your volunteer handbook. We'll start with the question, who can be a volunteer caregiver? Volunteers with our program are caring and compassionate community members. If you're participating in this orientation, you very likely fit that criteria. In addition, volunteers are required to complete a volunteer application, provide 2 references to support eligibility, and complete the Pennsylvania State Criminal Background Check and Child Abuse Clearance. If you're a volunteer who's interested in driving for the program, we'll also need to complete a driving record check and provide a copy of your driver's license and auto insurance card. Seniors can potentially be a vulnerable segment of our community. While we know volunteers are kind-hearted individuals, we also want to do our best to ensure the safety of the seniors enrolled in our program. If you have questions or concerns about these requirements, please reach out to your volunteer coordinator. Next, we'll answer the question, what is the role of friends and family? For the purpose of this discussion, we're referring to the volunteers' friends and family. At this time, only those who attend the volunteer orientation and complete the process we outlined earlier are able to provide services through in-service of seniors. These responsibilities cannot be transferred to a friend or family member. When a group is volunteering, ideally at least one member supervising the group project will have completed this orientation. On occasion, we'll conduct group volunteer events with the seniors understanding that the volunteers have not attended orientation. Typically, these group projects are events such as yard work projects. All youth group projects must be supervised on site by an adult. The next question we'll address is in regards to accepting gifts from a senior. Volunteers are not permitted to accept gifts of any value from a senior. If you ever have questions about accepting gifts, please feel free to contact your volunteer coordinator. Finally, if you ever have a grievance, please reach out to your volunteer coordinator, as the staff at In Service of Seniors wants to ensure that you have a positive volunteering experience. If you feel that your grievance is not being addressed, your volunteer coordinator can connect you with his or her supervisor for further assistance. Naturally, there are several policies in place for the purpose of protecting you, the seniors, and the program. First, the Volunteer Protection Act of 1997 was signed into law to remove volunteers from liability while acting within the scope of their responsibilities in 501c3 organizations, as long as their actions are not due to willful and criminal misconduct, gross negligence, or flagrant indifference to the rights of the people harmed. For example, if you're volunteering and something were to happen to the senior, such as a fall, you would not be considered liable for that incident as long as you were acting within the scope of your volunteer services when it occurred. Unfortunately, situations may occur that will require the release and dismissal of an individual volunteer. This decision will be made in the best interest of the In Service of Seniors program and its care recipients. Likewise, a recipient's behavior could result in the cancellation of volunteer services. It's our hope that training, proper recipient assessment, careful supervision, and effective problem resolution will limit any termination needs. While performing volunteer services, there are several factors that would lead to being released from volunteer services: neglecting assigned and agreed responsibilities, failing to follow written policies and procedures, verbal, physical, or sexual abuse, theft, use of illegal drugs or abuse of legal drugs, racism or discrimination, proselytizing for your faith or maligning any faith group, disregard for safety, and or violation of confidentiality may result in release of a volunteer. Please note that release can be without advance notice or without any opportunity to appeal the decision, depending on the situation. For more information, please review pages 7 and 8 in your handbook. We want to make sure you have the best experience possible, and our staff members take steps to ensure that you have a safe and enjoyable time volunteering. As a volunteer, you can be assured that a staff person at In Service of Seniors has completed an in-home assessment with every care recipient. At the home visit, we're looking to ensure that the senior's home is safe and clean. At the same time, we're observing whether there are any behavioral or memory issues that could pose a problem for a volunteer. Additionally, please know that you always have the right to refuse a volunteer assignment for any reason. If you're unhappy with a match that's made, please call the office to inform your coordinator. We truly want to do our best to ensure the safety of our volunteers, as well as to make sure your volunteer experiences are pleasant. When volunteering, we ask that you're punctual and dependable, being sure to show up on time to assist your senior. If for some reason you need to cancel a volunteer assignment, please notify your coordinator as soon as possible in order for other arrangements to be made. As you are volunteering, please be respectful and courteous toward the senior you're helping. After you complete volunteer assignments, please report your volunteer hours to your coordinator. Reporting your hours is important to ensure the longevity of our program when staff are seeking program funding. For more information on your rights and responsibilities, please consult page 8 of your manual. There are some straightforward limits on volunteering responsibilities, and these limits seek to protect both you and the senior you're serving. For example, please be punctual when helping a senior and only provide the service assigned to you. If you have questions about a service assigned to you, please feel free to reach out to your volunteer coordinator. In order to maintain boundaries with your senior, we advise that you do not give out your personal phone number. If they have your personal number, some seniors may feel inclined to contact you directly for volunteer requests, which can get complicated quickly. We always encourage seniors to contact the office with any request to avoid potentially burdening you with these requests. Volunteers are encouraged to maintain professional boundaries by avoiding involvement in family affairs, lending money, giving legal or medical advice, or discussing personal agendas. One primary element of maintaining healthy boundaries is to respect the confidentiality of our seniors. When getting assistance from you as a volunteer, our seniors are trusting that you will not disclose their information to anyone. This information can range from a senior's name or address to the nature of a senior's medical appointment. Please know that you can share any concerns or necessary information with staff at In Service of Seniors, as we are considered the senior service provider. However, keep in mind that it is not okay to share information with anyone else, including your friends and family or the senior's friends and family. The senior has a right to choose to whom they disclose their information. Here are some general rules of thumb when communicating with In Service of Senior staff, including your volunteer coordinator. Bear in mind, protected health information, or PHI, includes anything that could identify a senior, such as full name, address, phone number, social security number, or insurance numbers. Protected health information also includes any information related to the senior's health or mental status, such as the nature of a medical appointment, any medications, or any mental health or medical diagnoses. By email, it is okay to communicate as long as you are not sharing any protected health information. Please use the phone when relaying any personal information about your senior to In Service of Senior staff. Of course, when using the phone to communicate PHI, please be aware of your surroundings and make the call from a private setting. In Ride Scheduler, the database in which we store all of our volunteer opportunities, there will be protected health information listed. This is okay because it's an encrypted site and each volunteer receives a secure login only after completing orientation, background checks, and reference checks. Staff at In Service of Seniors are on a need-to-know basis regarding health information for seniors, meaning you do not need to feel an obligation to report all of a senior's health concerns to staff. Staff primarily needs to be informed if a senior's safety is in question. For example, if a senior goes into great detail about his or her physical state on the way to the doctor, telling you about back pain, a recent knee replacement, or perhaps a bothersome cataract, you do not need to report this to In Service of Senior staff unless the senior shares something with you that makes you concerned for their safety or well-being. For example, if a senior confided that they were drinking wine and overusing their pain medications last night, you would definitely want to report this to staff so that we can appropriately follow up. In addition to protecting seniors, we also place a very high priority on protecting you. Providing help to another person is very rewarding, but can also be stressful if you're focusing more on the other person than you are on yourself, or if you try to help in a way that is at odds with your interests, abilities, and availability. As a volunteer, it's incredibly important to practice self-care. For example, choose volunteer opportunities that are comfortable for you. There are many ways to volunteer, so don't feel obligated to do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. Pace yourself when you get started with volunteering in order to avoid feeling overextended. We encourage you to be open and honest with staff about how things are going. If you have a negative experience, please let us know so we can offer support and work to ensure that you have more positive volunteering experiences. Finally, if for some reason you need to take a break from volunteering, even if it's for personal reasons unrelated to in service of seniors, please let your volunteer coordinator know. We understand that life can get chaotic and respect that you might need to pull back from volunteering for a time. A challenge that sometimes comes up for volunteers is having the ability to say no to a senior. As a volunteer, you are a compassionate individual who wants to help. If a senior is asking you to help with something, it might feel difficult to say no. There are several questions to consider when a senior is asking for help. Is the task acceptable and permitted? Is there enough time? Is there another person or resource that could provide more appropriate assistance? If you ever have a question about whether you can do something as a volunteer, please reach out to your volunteer coordinator. Likewise, your volunteer coordinator and the other staff at In Service of Seniors are aware of resources that might be more appropriate to assist the senior. As a volunteer, it's important to remember that while everyone is getting older, everyone is also going to have their own unique experience. Some seniors may handle issues of aging very gracefully, and others might be encountering a lot of challenges that leave them frustrated. It can be difficult for them to manage not being able to do the things that they've been able to do for most of their lives. As a volunteer, you may meet seniors that handle aging very well, or you may meet seniors that are struggling with aspects of aging. The important part is to have empathy for these challenges and to be ready to support seniors in whatever stage they're in. On page 11 of your volunteer handbook, we review some common health concerns for older adults. As you probably know, seniors are at high risk for health issues such as heart attacks, strokes, dementia, and Alzheimer's disease. If you notice that your senior may be experiencing a change in their health, especially related to mental decline, please contact us. When working with a senior, it can be helpful to be aware of some challenges seniors may experience. Sometimes vision, hearing, or sense of smell can be diminished. Knowing the ways these senses can impact communication and safety can aid in helping a senior. On page 11 of your volunteer handbook, we review some common health concerns for older adults. As you probably know, seniors are at high risk for health issues such as heart attacks, strokes, dementia, and Alzheimer's disease. If you notice that your senior may be experiencing a change in their health, especially related to mental decline, please contact us. When working with a senior, it can be helpful to be aware of some challenges seniors may experience. Sometimes vision, hearing, or sense of smell can be diminished. Knowing the ways these senses can impact communication and safety can aid in helping a senior. When providing transportation assistance to seniors, you're providing a valuable service that connects seniors to much-needed resources in the community. We have a few tips for volunteering for transportation to make the experience run smoothly for both you and the senior. Upon accepting a volunteer opportunity, please call the senior to confirm the details such as pickup time. If a senior needs a hand getting in or out of the car, please feel free to lend this support. The seniors in our program do not require any significant help getting in and out of a car, so you will not be expected to lift or transfer anyone. Please know that you may not use a senior's car for transportation. When going somewhere that requires paid parking, the senior is expected to produce the funds to pay for the parking. Finally, only individuals who have formally received our training are able to transport seniors. As a volunteer, you'll be able to review and accept volunteer opportunities on a web based application called Ride Scheduler. This allows for great flexibility as a volunteer, as you're able to review and accept opportunities based on your individual availability. We ask that you report your volunteer hours at least once a month in order for our records to be up to date and correct for reporting purposes. Your volunteer coordinator will review how to submit your hours. Finally, as mentioned earlier, you are required to obtain background clearances for the safety of our seniors. These clearances include a child abuse clearance, criminal background check, and a driving record check. Your volunteer coordinator will discuss these topics in greater detail when you meet. We really want to ensure that your volunteering experiences with in service of seniors are positive. There are so many benefits of volunteering, both for our seniors and for you. A report from the Corporation for National and Community Service noted that volunteer activities can strengthen the social ties that protect individuals from isolation during difficult times, while the experience of helping others leads to a sense of greater self worth and trust. If you have any additional questions or concerns after completing this orientation, please contact your volunteer coordinator by phone or email. We appreciate your time and we hope that you found this training to be helpful. Welcome to In Service of Seniors.